Welcome to Kognito Key. I'm so incredibly thrilled you're joining me today. Have you ever wondered why money acts the way it does across the globe? Well, today we're unlocking the secrets of international currency values in our highly requested explainer on Purchasing Power Parity. Let's get right into it.
Think about it for a second. How do we really know what a currency is actually worth? I mean, beyond just staring at a fluctuating number on a screen or a ticker tape on the news, what actually makes one US dollar equal to a certain number of Indian rupees? It's a fascinating puzzle, and the answer actually lies in something you do every single day: buying things. Section 1. What is Purchasing Power Parity? Okay, let's dive into this.
Purchasing Power Parity, or PPP, is an economic theory. It posits that the relative value of different currencies equates the real purchasing power of each currency in its own country. I know, that sounds like a bit of a mouthful, right? Let's break that jargon right down. Essentially, under a system of inconvertible paper currency, the exchange rate between two countries isn't just some random magically generated number. It can actually be determined by looking at what that money can practically buy, its purchasing power, in its home country.
Section 2. PPP in action, a real-world example. Let's see how this actually plays out.
Imagine you've got a specific identical item. In India, let's say you can purchase this exact good for 200 rupees. Now, if you take a flight all the way over to the USA, you find that same identical item costs exactly $4. We're anchoring this whole economic theory to a simple, everyday transaction.
So here's the crucial point, and it's really just simple math. If $4 buys the exact same thing as 200 rupees, then according to the PPP theory, those two amounts have parity. They have equal power. Therefore, if $4 equals 200 rupees, we just divide by 4, and we get our exchange rate. $1 equals 50 rupees. That is the fundamental logic of how purchasing power determines the exchange rate between countries. Pretty straightforward, right?
Section 3. Forecasting future exchange rates.
Now, PPP explains the change in international prices over time, not absolute levels. You see, it's practically impossible to measure absolute prices perfectly across completely different economies that are operating under totally different conditions. Instead, economists use this theory to track shifts. By taking the price levels in two countries during a base year and comparing them to a future reference year, they can determine how the exchange rate should change. It's all about tracking that rate of change over time.
Section 4. Limitations of the theory. Because, as we know, no theory is perfect. First off, as we just noted, it simply doesn't apply to absolute values. But the bigger issue? It's the data it actually relies on. PPP often depends on a wholesale price index to measure these changes. Why is that a problem for us? Well, a wholesale price index includes all the commodities in a country, but for external currency values, only internationally traded goods really matter. Including domestic goods that never even cross a border completely fails to give an accurate measure of a currency's true international purchasing power. And the reality check continues here. The theory is heavily focused on physical goods. It assumes commodity prices are the major sole determinants of exchange rates. This completely ignores our massive modern global economy of services. Things like banking, insurance, and consultancy are entirely left out of the foreign transaction equation. Furthermore, it doesn't account for large capital transfers between countries or changes in real income. It even overlooks the elasticities of reciprocal demand. In the real practical world, exchange rates absolutely change due to capital transfers and service payments, not just the price of a basket of physical goods.
Section 5. Why PPP still matters.
So we have to ask, is PPP still a useful tool? If it ignores modern services and huge capital transfers, should we just throw the theory out the window entirely? Absolutely not.
Despite its limitations, the purchasing power parity theory is, quote, used as the first approximation to an equilibrium exchange rate at the time of high and frequent price changes. What does that actually mean for you? It means that when an economy is going through massive inflation and prices are jumping wildly, PPP gives economists, governments, and businesses a vital baseline. It remains the absolute best starting point we have to figure out where an exchange rate should naturally settle amidst the chaos of high price changes.
As the global economy continues to evolve with digital currencies and limitless borders, you really have to wonder, will purchasing power parity remain our gold standard, or are we on the brink of needing an entirely new economic compass? Definitely something to think about. If you found this structured explainer helpful, please hit that subscribe button to join our amazing community right here at Kognito Key. Don't forget to like and share this explainer with your fellow focused learners so we can keep bringing you these deep dives. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and I'll see you in the next one.